Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, and today is a car chat. We are going to be reviewing Love and Marriage Huntsville Season 3 Episode 1. They are back and the mess has started early. So before we get into it, make sure that you like this video, hit the subscribe button, notification bell so you get notified every time I post a video, and let's jump into it. So the episode starts off with the Scotts out at their 10 acres. You know they're trying to build Scott Manor. And if you remember from last season, Tisha and Marceau really want to make it so that like the entire Scott family lives on the 10 acres together. Maurice wants to do that as well, but Kimmy is not here for it. So they go out and they start discussing it. Unfortunately, nothing has been done. No work has been done because of rain and things like that. And they're trying to get the plans finalized, but Tisha keeps changing up what she wants to happen. So Marceau was putting his foot down, like, we just need to get this thing started so that we can get out here. Maurice says he's waiting to see how Marceau's house turns out before he starts building his with him and Kimmy. I don't know what world Maurice is living in. Kimmy says she don't want to live out there. That you can build a house. Maybe he want to build a house to rent it to somebody, but I think Kimmy is pretty adamant that she doesn't want to live out there. Maurice says that he feels like she feels that way because her and Tisha aren't on the best terms. So of course you don't want to live right next door to someone who you aren't necessarily seeing it for. And he doesn't understand why they just can't get under the same page. Now we know that Tisha feels the way because she feels like Kimmy hadn't had her back in the past. Okay, we'll get into that further along in the episode. But then we also get them talking about Martell Holt and how he had did that interview on the Steve Harvey morning show. He was one of the Strawberry Letters. I think I did a whole breakdown review of that, so I'll link that up here in the card somewhere, what my thoughts were on it. But Maurice says that he feels like the apology was sincere. Marceau says he thinks the apology was sincere, but the thing about Martell is he doesn't change his actions. He'll say one thing, and then turn around the next second and say another thing. The actions don't match the words, which I agree. I've started to come around to Marceau. Not all the way, but I came around to him a little bit. All right, next scene we get is Destiny and Melody Holt over at the Holt house. You know, Melody's divorce is final. So she's out here living her girl boss dream, okay? She invites Destiny over, they toast, and during this conversation, we find out that Destiny and La Bum Bum have officially been divorced for 1 whole month. Now, Melody's like, whoa, I would have loved to support you. Destiny said, you know, I didn't want to tell anyone because I wanted to work through it on my own. It's not that big of a deal. I'm at a different place. She says that she didn't have an over 10-year marriage with like Melody did, and she didn't want to be a burden on Melody because her leaving her husband is just like nothing. And I noticed when the show started that they had everybody and they did not show La Bum Bum. Like it just said Destiny versus it had Kimmy and Maurice or Letitia and Marceau. So I figured something wasn't right. And then on top of that, y'all remember last season we never saw La Bum Bum. So we knew that something was amiss in there. It's just really sad though because they had only been married for like a year and had this new baby and weren't able to work it out. Melody says that, you know, the issues that she had been privy to, it didn't seem like enough to dissolve the entire marriage. But we're not in there. We never actually saw them interacting really, so we don't know what the real issues were. Meanwhile, across town, we see Tisha and her cousin Kiki out doing some shopping because Tisha just finished her second master's, and so she'll be graduating. And apparently she didn't invite anyone to the graduation, but Marceau is throwing a surprise birthday party that she surprise graduation party that she's kind of eavesdropped and already found out that that's going on. So, you know what I'm saying, she's trying to act like she don't know, but she got to make sure that she be extra cute or whatever. And so Kiki asks, you know, well, how's everything going with Scott Manor? How are you and Kimmy? And so it's clear to me that Tisha has already been going to her family talking about how she doesn't see it for Kimmy, even though Kimmy didn't do nothing to her. If we really want to talk about who was there for one person and who was not there for the other person, Tisha was not there for Kimmy, especially when Kiowa was talking all kind of cash money about her, but we'll get to that later on. Tisha says, I'm all about moving forward. I have my degrees, and we're building a house, and I just want to move forward. I don't want to think about that, and I'm just going to give her what she gives me. Tisha's been doing that. Tisha's the one that feels away, not necessarily Kimmy. But speaking of Kimmy stops over to Marceau's office because apparently she's been doing meal prep. Now Kimmy is a professional caterer. Kimmy got many hats, honey. That's a Delta woman for you. Kimmy got many hats. She's a realtor. She's a caterer. She's a nurse. That's why Kimmy don't want to, she just do too much. She just do too much. But okay, she's catering or meal prepping for Marceau because Tisha's been really busy with school and work, and he wants to make sure that he maintains a healthy diet. While she's over there, he says, well, I could use your help when it comes to planning this surprise party. I could use your expertise. And Kimmy says, no, me and Tisha are not on a good page, and I just don't want to help plan her party. And for some reason, everyone keeps making it Kimmy's issue as to why her and Tisha aren't on the good page. Marceau was like, well, this could be your olive branch to Tisha. Kimmy doesn't need to give Tisha an olive branch. Kimmy's not the one with the issue. Kimmy didn't wrong her. And to extend an olive branch to someone is to insinuate that you wronged them in a way. She did not wrong her. She didn't do anything to her. So I understood Kimmy, but at the end of it, she wouldn't be easy. Oh, okay. At the end of it, she was like, she would help, but she ain't trying to do a whole lot. Marceau, you grill the meats. I might bring you a couple of sides. I'll help like that. Then we see, what's his name, Lord? Martell. See, his name had escaped me. That's how much I dislike him. Then we see Martell going over to visit Destiny. And he's bringing a box of products over there to Destiny. And so this conversation was very much, it was a lot in this conversation happening at one time. So let's start with these products that he bringing over there. So he bring these products, and it's a black-owned business that he's hoping to partner with. And Destiny says, wait, so you're not a partner? He was like, no. She was like, so you're bringing these products to my store for me to put them in my store, and you're not even a partner with this company? So you're working for free. And he's like, well, I'm trying to work with this company. I'm trying to partner with them and get 20%. You ain't got to worry about the contracts right now. And in my opinion, Destiny was honestly looking out for him, because you are legit out here peddling these people's products. I get, support black business, but you're out here working for these people and you have nothing in writing. Martell says, well, he didn't want to put anything in writing until the divorce was finalized. But at this point, the divorce has been finalized, he said, for at least a couple of months. So what is stopping you from getting paperwork done? Destiny says it's clear to her that Melody was the brains of the operation, and he must have just been the brawn. And I'm inclined to agree with her, because that just doesn't even make sense. I'm not going to be out here trying to promote this product and get it into retailers and things like that, and I get nothing from it. That just, it doesn't make sense. Destiny was honestly being a friend, but Martell didn't want to hear it, because y'all already know Martell thinks that he can and does everything just right. Then Destiny gets on, oh, well, I seen that you dropped Milani off to daycare and you made an Instagram post about it. That Instagram post definitely was insensitive. And y'all remember the Instagram post? If not, I will post a card up here to where I talked about it and broke it down, because it was a whole hot mess, let me tell you. But basically, in a nutshell, Martell posted a picture of him dropping his baby Milani, which was his last baby with Melody, off to daycare. And in that post, he basically confirms or announces in a way that he has that fifth child. Now, that was his first time ever publicly acknowledging this fifth child, and it was with his last baby with Melody. So Melody instantly felt a way about it, and Destiny, being Melody's friend, is definitely coming to check Martell. What's interesting is that the friendship between Martell and Destiny supersedes the friendship that Destiny had with Melody. But you can already tell girl code, homie, like, I'm going to stand beside her because you're clearly doing something wrong. She said you didn't have to post it like that. That wound is fresh. And Martell says, well, they're his kids. It's not a surprise. It's not a secret. Everyone is aware he's still daddy. And so he's going to post whatever he wants to post on his page because everything he posts is his business anyway. I understand his viewpoint, and I'm not saying that he shouldn't post, you know, or acknowledge his child that's out of wedlock. I'm not saying that. I do agree, though, that particular post where you're talking about this daughter going to school, you didn't have to add that extra little piece into it. That was unnecessary. That was a jab. And for Martell to act like he don't know when he's intentionally jabbing is what aggravates me about him. But he says, why we always talking about Martell Holt's business? Other people got business, and we need to talk about what's going on with them. And then, as him and Destiny are kind of having this back and forth, Martell says, well, I see why you're going through a divorce now, because you got too much mouth. You're just like Melody. Y'all got too much mouth. He better be glad that Destiny is a better woman than me, because he got smacked. I'm sorry. Excuse you. You are dealing with women who have sense, a strong mind, educated. They're not going to be sitting here taking the bull. Maybe you need to listen to that mouth just a little bit. Maybe Melody's mouth is what kept you getting money, and now that she ain't with you, you ain't getting none. Speaking of ain't getting money, let's go over to Melody, because the 47 acres that this whole show was wrapped around, the guy, what's his name, Chris, is trying to bring the 47 acres over there to Melody so she can continue to get some money, because she's still thriving. I'm just saying, she's still thriving. He brings her the offer and said, you know, we want you to build a few single family homes. You know, she's asking the business questions. Well, how many homes? What's the price points of these homes? And she says, you know what? Martell felt very strongly about this project, and I don't want to step on his toes. I don't want him to feel any type of way. So as long as you talk to him and he's okay with it, I'm perfectly okay with moving forward. Yes, ma'am. And see, this is why I've turned a leaf and started to kind of like Melody, because she didn't have to consider Martell, and honestly, she's better than me. She didn't have to consider Martell, but she's still considering him. Even in something when it comes to business, which she does not have to consider him at all. She could be as cutthroat as she wants to be. She's still considering him as to not make things more contentious between them and their relationship. Martell can't even consider her when it comes to an Instagram post. It makes sense. Melody is over here living her best life, doing what she needs to do, and I'm here to see it. Okay, so now we get to the surprise graduation cookout. Marceau was out there grilling. We see all the family coming. Something that I thought was funny is Marceau planned this cookout because Wanda wasn't gonna be in town. Marceau, you little slick puppy, you. It's funny to me, good, but I get it. And so everyone's coming. Melody comes. She brings her kid. She says her and Tisha are trying to work on their friendship, so she brings the kid. This is at a good faith. Then we see Kimmy over there talking to Tisha's brother, and then Kiki, the cousin that we saw earlier in the episode. And basically the conversation goes, the brother's like, oh, how are you and T? Are y'all in a good place? Basically insinuating that I know that you and her have already had a rift, and so let me get into it and see what's happening. How you feel about it? And as they get into the conversation deeper, it's as if Kimmy has to defend herself against more of Tisha's family. Now, this has already been a running issue. Kimmy has to defend herself against Miss Wanda. Now she has to defend herself against her brother and her cousin. And they're still upset because they feel like Kimmy didn't have her back when they were at the reunion 2 years ago. Kimmy's like, why are we still talking about this? We've gone through a whole pandemic at this point. Like we're so far past this. Why are they even coming to me about this? Because because Tisha is talking about you to them. Kimmy. That's what's happening. So now Kimmy's sitting up here like, first of all, as far as the reunion goes, they asked a blunt question. Had me and Tisha had conversations about Melody Holt. I said yes. She said no. One of us lied, and it wasn't me. So what you want me to do, lie? I'm not going to lie just to say that I'm her friend or just to say that I'm with her. That's not how this works. I'm going to tell the truth. And that's the problem. Y'all sit up here and y'all let Kimmy get away with, y'all let Tisha get away with everything. Y'all sit up here and lie for Tisha. And now she sits up here and thinks that everybody has to show blind support in order to be her friend. So Tisha gets to the party. Of course, again, she's not surprised because she says she overheard Marcel. So when he asked her, oh, are you surprised? She was like, well, I'm surprised my family's here. Because she's not surprised about this party. She knows. But she's nonetheless happy to see everyone. But then she ends up getting pulled over to the side by Kimmy because they got to have a conversation. At the end of the day, Tisha, you feel away and you're making it uncomfortable for me to even hang around your family. You know? It's just what it is. And in this conversation, honestly, nothing was resolved. Tisha still feels the same way that she feels. Like, she says that growing up, Miss Wanda never said I love you, but her actions spoke to how she loved her. And so what I'm hearing is Miss Wanda never necessarily said it, but her fighting for her, fighting her battles, and always being there to kind of be her mouthpiece was how she showed love and affection to her. And so she expects everyone to do that, and that's not what it is. Kimmy lets her know, if I'm your friend, I'm going to tell you when I think that you're wrong or when I don't agree. But it wasn't me not, you know, being a friend or being a sister to you. And if we want to talk about it, when Kimmy called me, when Kiowa was talking to you and calling me all out of my name, you didn't stick up for me. So you wanting more out of a relationship from me to you than you give to me. And Tisha acts like she doesn't understand that. And that's my problem. You're sitting here, you're so educated, you have 2 degrees, but you don't understand reciprocity. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. You can't expect Tisha to go to bat for you or lie. Honestly, it's not even go to bat for you, it's lie for you. You can't expect her to lie for you, and you won't even defend her against this other chick. But I'm supposed to be your sister. Tisha and Kimmy will not be on the same page because Tisha wants to be the victim. Tisha wants to have the problem. And Kimmy's not going to back down for it, and I don't think that she should. I'm team Kimmy all the way when it comes to this, and Tisha needs to grow the hell up. Period. At the end of the episode, Marcel, you know, speaks on his wife, talks about how proud he is of her, and I think gives her a Rolex watch as a graduation gift. So yay for Tisha. And that's pretty much in the episode. I did want to say one more thing too while we're talking about friends and reciprocity. Let's go back to Martell and doggone Destiny in the thing when he brought up this comment about that's why you're getting a divorce now. Again, this is what I'm talking about, where you want more from your friends than you give to them. Because last season, Martell wanted Destiny to just blindly be on his side, regardless of what he did. He wanted her to be on his side because y'all was friends. But now you sitting in her face telling her all that she's doing wrong as to why she deserves to be in a divorce. People want so much more, want you to give them so much more than they're willing to give. And that type of relationship is not going to be sustainable. It's not going to be sustainable in the friendship with Tisha and Kimmy. It's not going to be sustainable in the friendship with Destiny and Martell. And it wasn't sustainable in this marriage between Martell and Melody. And that's just what that is. But I'm excited that Love and Marriage Huntsville is back. Y'all know this is one of my favorite shows to review. Y'all drop down in the comments and tell me what y'all thought about this season premiere. Are y'all here for it? The drama is going to be real. I'm going to be here to follow it. I'll see y'all in the next video. If you haven't watched any of the past ones, I'll leave my playlist. Catch up on the playlist, y'all. The season just starting. You won't be that far behind. Watch some of my past videos, catch up, and meet me on Sundays after the show, all right? And I'll talk to y'all in the next video. Peace.